that note, it's time to listen more about the defense sector. I'm not sure how many of you went through the budget. In a recent budget, our Honorable Finance Minister, Nirmala Aunty, had kept aside a huge chunk of money for defense, which means they're able to see an opportunity. What is that opportunity? Something that we will be probably exploring in this particular talk by Mr. Vedaprakash G. He is the head Business Development and Government Relations at Weapons, Satellite and Sensors Business Unit at Tata Advanced Systems. Electronics engineer with 34 years of rich experience and expertise. Initially, he started in BEL for 7 years, and then he joined Seagate Technology. You know those hard disks we used to use? In Singapore, and worked in that particular manufacturing sector for 2 years. He has held various leadership positions at Centum Electronics and has varied experience in micro electronics, electronic systems, subsystem, electronic manufacturing services, serving missiles, radars, satellite, launching vehicles, and many more. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause as we welcome Mr. Vedaprakash G to talk on defense. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Yeah. Good afternoon, dear friends. So actually, my address is to the budding entrepreneurs, MSMEs, and startups who would like to enter into the defense segment. So my, the complete presentation is focused on that. So with that in mind, so let us go ahead. So I'll just give you a Indian defense overview. I think you all know Indian defense is one of the most profitable and one of the largest defense segment in the whole world. I think you may be having the defense stocks which have, increased like, or doubled, tripled, or raised 10 times. So you can see the market graph growing. So that's all because of thanks to the various opportunities which are coming. There is an 18.5 lakh crores of opportunity in the pipeline for the next 10 years. And Indian government has set up a target of achieving $25 billion of defense production, including $5 billion of exports. Now let us see how we started. So we started with a paltry less than a lakh of crore for the defense capital budget expenditure. And then we have moved to like 1.72 crores for the current year. So that is the capital expenditure which is earmarked. And then, so we have grown at a CAGR of 13%. And so that is in the past 5 years. And then there is an estimated CAGR of 8% if you take also, we are growing to 2.54 lakh crores. And the defense production, again, 1.27 lakh crores for the current year. And 80% of it is contributed from DPSUs and ordnance factories. So, and the defense exports. So, India is the largest defense importer in the world. So, it is importing almost 10% of the world's defense requirement. Okay. So, this is from CIPRI report. And let us see who is the exporter. US is the largest defense exporter. That's how I think many people blame US that they are instigating wars and all that so that they can sell more and more of their defense equipments. So US contributes 42%, followed by France and Russia. Where is India? India is not there, not only in top 10, not even in the top 20 list. So now let us see the exports. We started with a paltry 1,941 crores in 2014-15, and then we have come up to a staggering 21,000 crores because of various measures incentive SOPs which government has given. And because of this, we are now figuring in the top 25 export list. So even if we grow at a rate of 15% CAGR, so we will be touching around 50,000 crores in the next 5 years time. So again, so here private sector is dominating the export market. 80% of the contribution of 21,000 crores is coming from the private sector. So what are we exporting? We are exporting missiles, rocket, launchers, ammunitions, drones, artillery guns, etc. And which is the major export destination? India, even though India is exporting to 85 different countries, the major destination being Armenia, Italy, Philippines, Sri Lanka, UAE, etc. So now let us understand what, Italy also. So now let us understand what are the reforms, what are the encouragements, SOPs, incentives which government has given. So this is very important for the budding entrepreneurs, MSMEs and startups to know, so that they can enter into the defense segment. So now let us look at the make projects. So because of the Atmanirbhar declaration, so the government has formed Make 1, Make 2 and Make 3 projects. What is Make 1? Make 1 is where there is a huge requirement of R&D expenditure to make a prototype. For example, around 300 crores. So for which 250 crore government is ready to fund. So it's basically 70% government will fund and 30% industry has to invest. Then, though there are 44 Make 1 projects, if you go to I've also given all the website details here. If you go to that website and then check, so there are 44 projects. So you can apply to that, whichever is relevant. And then Make 2. So because government cannot fund all, so they have asked industry also to pitch in and then develop those Make 2 projects. So if the government develops these Make 2 projects, then the government is bound to procure these equipments. Okay. So they cannot say, no, we don't require. So once they put in Make 2, so that means they have to procure the projected quantities. Then Make 3. See, India may not have all technologies. So India has to, partner with some OEMs, foreign OEMs, and then bring the technology and manufacture. So for that, there are 5 projects which are listed. Then, encouraged by this, DPSUs have also announced Make 1 and Make 2 project, around 2,218 projects. Suppose if you have a great idea and then if you have a good product, you can also submit, even though if they are not in the list, you can submit your project report in as a suo moto project in this Make in India Defense portal. So then DRDO is not left behind. DRDO said, no, we will also fund the academia, private entrepreneurs and MSMEs, so to the tune of 50 crores to develop the self-reliance in defense technologies. So totally around 135 technologies are being indigenized and 291 crore is sanctioned and 1,236 experts like all the industries and then the R&D engineers, they're all on board, and 3,563 companies have participated in this program. Now let us come to what is PIL, Positive Indigenization List. See, what used to happen is, even though the Indian companies develop a product, the Air Force or especially the Air Force, because of posing various reasons, they used to continue importing the equipments. Even though the equipment is designed, developed and manufactured here, but still then the government saw this and then they put the ban. They said, no, you cannot import any of the equipments if it is designed, developed and manufactured in India. So that's why they released this first positive indigenization list on the major weapons and platforms, weapon systems and platforms in 2020. So there are 101 items in 2020. So totally now there is some 509 major weapon systems which are released. And then DPSUs also have released total of around 5,012 items for under PIL, positive indigenization list. And apart from this, so 36,000 subsystems and components which are used in various defense equipments are also released. So they're all available in the Strigen portal. So you can just have a look in the Strigen portal and then check, just select whatever the components that you would like to indigenize, just give a proposal, and then you can either work with the DPSUs or work with the service headquarters like Army, Navy, Air Force, and then indigenize. Now, this is a major initiative, the IDEX challenge, which is called as Innovations for Defense Excellence. So already 400 startups are engaged in this, and then 350 contracts have been signed, and they have procured, government has procured 35 items worth 2,000 crores. There are various challenges which are already conducted, like 10 rounds of DISC, or the Defense India Startup Challenge, and 11 rounds of open challenges. And believe it or not, more than 9,000 applications have come for these kind of challenges. So a lot of, it has generated a lot of enthusiasm in the industries and in the MSME mind. And then the grant of 1.5 crore is given for IDEX, and 10 crore for a slightly bigger project. It is called as IDEX Prime. Then few people have asked, so this budget is not enough for me, so I need more budget because the product development budget is higher. So then the government responded saying that, yeah, okay, if the product development budget is around 50 crores, we will fund you like 25 crores, 50%, and then you fund 25 crores and then develop. So this is called as the Aditi scheme. So that's also a part of the IDEX. So next, Army has come out with the list of their problem statements. It is called as a compendium of problem statement last year, in which they have listed around 110 problems, the live issues, what they are facing for the industry to attend to that. So this is the 4th edition. Already 3 editions have been released like 4 or 5 years back. So then DTIS, Defense Testing Infrastructure. So again, government has earmarked around 400 crores and 75% funding it is giving for establishing the defense testing, because the defense testing is very expensive. So already the unmanned aerial system testing, EW testing, and electro-optic testing. So these 3 testing DTIS have already been established, or the MOU has been signed, and then will be established soon in Chennai in the Tamil Nadu Industrial Corridor. So then government has taken a major step in corporatizing the ordnance factory. Earlier ordnance factories, I used to visit the ordnance factories. There, when you go to the ordnance factory at 1:30, the lights will be switched off after lunch. Then the lights will be switched on at 3 p.m. So until 1.5 hours, the people will be sleeping. So that is the kind of setup the ordnance factories had. It is not only in 1 or 2, I think across ordnance factories. So it's a very lethargic system. So government saw that, and then they said, you have to be self-reliant, you have to be innovative. And then they corporatized the whole ordnance factories, and then now the 7 DPSUs have been carved out of 49 ordnance factories. So our Indian armed forces are not left behind. So they started the Directorate of Indigenization in all, like Army, Navy, Air Force, in all 3, there is a Directorate of Indigenization. And then the other agencies like Indian Army, there is an Army Design Bureau, which will actually facilitate the industries and then talk to them, understand the latest technologies and trends and try to adapt. And then there is an Army Technology Board, which will actually work with industries and academia. And again, they have granted 16.5 crores for a private institute and 27.5 crores to government academia. Then Indian Navy. So there is Indian Navy indigenization plan, and then naval license cells, and then in-house indigenization committees, as well as there is a wing called as a VESI. So all these have been actually started to encourage indigenization and also the modernization of Navy. And the Indian Air Force, there is a Directorate of Indigenization, there is a command cell, maintenance command, there is a base repair depot. All these are focusing on the indigenization. So there is a policy of defense production and export promotion policy, and also the defense line of credit. So India has extended the DLOC to 14 countries, and also made the defense attaches responsible for getting the export. Basically, the defense attaches who are posted in various embassies in Indian friendly countries, so they have been tasked, you should go and get the exports business for our industries. So they will be kind of contact point for us, so we will be interacting with them, they will be arranging the meetings. So they are like facilitators now for the defense exports. And the defense acquisition procedure, the DPP 2016 has been modified, simplified, and lot of indigenization aspects, IDDM factor has been brought about in DAP 2020. And this is a, regularly being revised now. Even the latest revision is released just 1 month back. And DAP 2025 is the next defense procurement document, so that will be released next year. And FDI, so 74% through automatic route and 100% wherein there is a foreign OEM who is bringing a good technology to India, so 100% FDI is permitted. And industrial corridor, so Indian government has set up 2 industrial corridor, so in Uttar Pradesh as well as Tamil Nadu. Again, so it has attracted 24,760 crores of investment and 18,951 crores of investment in these industrial corridors. Now let us move on to the opportunities in Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Air Force, as well as our space. So again, this is a list of opportunities, major things I will touch upon because of lack of time. So there is a 1,750 FICV opportunity, which is 60,000 crores. And then there is an FRCV opportunity of 57,000 crores. And then there is modular bridges and the various artillery gun systems like attacks. The order will be placed soon by the Indian Defense. And then there is a MGS, light towed gun system, there is a wheeled AFE. So a lot of opportunities on the way, so which you can grab upon. And again, Indian Navy, there is a next generation corvette project, which is 36,000 crores. And there is a BrahMos missile, multi-purpose missile, submarines, and also the Indian aircraft carrier, so which is 40,000 crores that's happening. And the project 75I. So this is again a 43,000 crore project, which L&T as well as the MDL, Mazagon Dock Ship Limited. So these are the two. They have partnered with a foreign OEM and then they are addressing this opportunity. Then coming to modernization in Indian Air Force, you can see the HAL, which is 4 or 5 years back. HAL, in fact, HAL employees made a dharna in front of government saying that, we don't have budget or even to pay the salaries. Now you can see the situation is totally turned around because of various orders. So 73 in 2021, they got around 48,000 crore order for manufacturing 73 LCA as well as 10 LCA Mark 1. And now RFP for 65,000 crore is issued to HAL for 97 additional LCA Tejas Mark 1A fighter aircraft. And also 110 Tejas Mark 2, once it is developed, will be procured from HAL. Apart from this, LCH RFP has been issued, which is again 45,000 crores. And then the various programs are there. And in the private space, the C295, which Mr. Dwarkanath will touch upon, so I'll just leave it to him to touch upon that. Now, the defense space opportunities, again, there is an agency called the Defense Space Agency, which will take care of the defense space opportunities, and then 25,000 crores has been earmarked for the defense space by the, and also there is a 75 defense space challenges have already been posted on the website, and then industries can actually attend to that. So now so the role of private sectors is my last slide. So what I advise is, you should first of all, you should have a diverse portfolio. You should not stick to one product in defense, because you can stick to one product provided it is a consumable, like it's an ammunition or something which is consumed. So you can stick to one product. Otherwise, you have to have a diverse portfolio of products. And then you should collaborate with startup and academia, and you should have excellent quality, competitive cost, and timely deliveries. You should utilize the government SOPs and incentives and schemes, and you should have long-term partnership with ordnance factories, DPSUs, and Tier 1 private industries. Be part of the offsets and global supply chain, and innovation, research, development, agility, and tenacity is the key. And of course, you have to embrace the latest technologies, because slowly the government is changing in the latest technologies in AI, ML, unmanned system, robotics, cyber warfare, etc. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vedaprakash sir. I know it's always a challenge when you have to squeeze in so much of information in 10 minutes. We might just say defense as one big umbrella, but I was happy to see that a lot of participants, now you were taking photos of his slide. I hope that you see the opportunities, because in every sector, he was talking about thousands and thousands of crores. Now it reminds me of what my father used to say: business is like an ocean. You go there with a glass, you'll get glass full of water. You go there with a bucket, you get bucket full of water. You go there with a tanker, you can take tanker full of water. But the question is, how big are we going to think? Azim Premji said, if people don't laugh at your goals, then your goals are not big enough.